Hello, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we talk about the ever evolving world of technology. I'm Sarah, your host, and as always, I'm thrilled to guide you through the latest innovations, discuss what's important today, and explore the exciting possibilities of tomorrow's tech landscape. Today, we have the pleasure of hosting a true expert in the field, Mark. Mark is not just an AI researcher, he's someone who is actively shaping the future of this technology. He spends his days delving into the intricacies of artificial intelligence, exploring its potential, and understanding its implications for all of us. Mark, it's fantastic to have you back on Tech Talk. For our listeners who might be new to the show, could you tell us a little bit more about your work in AI research?
Thanks for having me again, Sarah. It's a pleasure. In my work, I focus on developing new AI models and algorithms. This involves designing systems that can learn from data, make predictions, and even generate new content, like text, images, or even music. I also spend a lot of time thinking about the ethical and societal implications of AI, which is becoming increasingly important as AI becomes more powerful and widespread.
That sounds incredibly fascinating, Mark. It's clear that technology is moving at an incredible pace. Just when we think we've grasped one innovation, another one comes along. Speaking of which, what's one particular new invention or idea in technology that has really captured your attention recently? Something that you think is truly significant right now?
Well, Sarah, as we touched on before, I'd have to reiterate the immense impact of generative AI. It's not just one single technology, but rather a category of AI models that can create new, original content. We've seen some very visible examples like ChatGPT, which can engage in surprisingly human-like conversations and produce written text on a vast range of topics. And then there are image synthesis models, like DALL-E or Midjourney, which can generate incredibly detailed and imaginative images from simple text descriptions. But the impact goes far beyond just these well-known examples. Generative AI is fundamentally changing how we approach creativity and problem-solving in many fields. For instance, in content creation, it's not just about writing articles or creating images. We're seeing AI being used to generate scripts for videos, compose music in various styles, and even design virtual worlds for games. In software development, AI tools can now assist programmers by suggesting code snippets, identifying errors, and even generating entire blocks of code based on a description of what the program should do. This can significantly speed up the development process and allow programmers to focus on more complex tasks. The applications in education are also very promising. Imagine AI-powered tools that can create personalized learning materials for students based on their individual needs and learning styles, or AI tutors that can provide instant feedback and guidance. Of course, this also brings up important questions about academic integrity and the role of human educators, which we need to consider carefully. And perhaps most excitingly, generative AI is playing a crucial role in medical research. It can be used to analyze vast amounts of medical data to identify patterns and insights that humans might miss, leading to the discovery of new drugs and therapies. For example, AI is being used to design new protein structures for medications and to simulate how different treatments might affect the human body. It's truly a transformative technology with potential across so many sectors.
It really does sound like something out of science fiction just a few years ago. The speed of progress is quite astonishing. But as you mentioned earlier, with such rapid innovation comes a set of important questions and potential challenges. Do you ever worry that AI is advancing too quickly? Perhaps faster than our ability to fully understand and manage its effects on society?
That's a concern that many of us in the field share, Sarah. It's a delicate balance. On the one hand, the potential benefits of AI are enormous, offering solutions to some of the world's most pressing problems and improving our lives in countless ways. But on the other hand, we need to be mindful of the potential downsides and ensure that we are developing and deploying AI responsibly. As we discussed, one significant worry is bias in AI models. This isn't just a theoretical concern. We're already seeing examples of AI systems that perpetuate and even amplify existing societal biases. For instance, facial recognition technology has been shown to be less accurate in identifying individuals with darker skin tones, which can have serious implications in areas like law enforcement. This bias often stems from the data used to train these models, which might not be representative of the diversity of the population. Addressing this requires careful attention to data collection, model design, and ongoing monitoring to ensure fairness and equity. The issue of job displacement is another major concern. While AI and automation can increase efficiency and productivity, they also have the potential to automate tasks that are currently performed by humans. This could lead to significant changes in the job market, with some jobs becoming obsolete while new ones emerge. It's crucial that we think proactively about how to support workers through this transition, perhaps through retraining programs, investments in education, and even considering new economic models. And then we have the complex issue of the privacy risks. AI systems often rely on vast amounts of data, including personal information, to function effectively. The collection, storage, and use of this data raise serious questions about individual privacy and data security. We need robust regulations and ethical guidelines to ensure that people's data is protected and that AI is not used in ways that could infringe on their rights or freedoms. This includes being transparent about how AI systems work and giving individuals more control over their own data. These are not easy problems to solve, and they require collaboration between researchers, policymakers, and the public to ensure that AI benefits everyone and that we mitigate the potential risks.
Absolutely, Mark. It's a conversation that needs to involve all of us. Now, shifting gears slightly, let's talk about another technology that often comes up in discussions about the future of computing: quantum computing. It's often described as a game changer in terms of processing power. What's your perspective on its potential?
You're right, Sarah. Quantum computing represents a fundamentally different approach to computation compared to the classical computers we use every day. While it's still in its nascent stages, primarily confined to research laboratories and specialized applications, its theoretical potential is truly groundbreaking. To understand why it's so powerful, let's revisit the concept of bits. Traditional computers use bits, which can represent either a 0 or a 1. Quantum computers, on the other hand, use qubits. The key difference is that qubits can exist in a state of superposition, meaning they can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. This, along with another quantum phenomenon called entanglement, allows quantum computers to perform certain types of calculations exponentially faster than even the most powerful supercomputers today. In the realm of drug discovery, this could revolutionize how we design and test new medications. Quantum computers could simulate the behavior of molecules with unprecedented accuracy, allowing scientists to develop more effective and targeted treatments for diseases. In cybersecurity, quantum computing presents both opportunities and challenges. On the one hand, it could lead to the development of incredibly secure encryption methods that are virtually unbreakable by classical computers. On the other hand, it also poses a threat to existing encryption standards, as quantum computers might eventually be able to break them. This is driving research into new quantum-resistant cryptographic techniques. And in finance, quantum computers could be used for complex tasks like risk analysis, portfolio optimization, and fraud detection, potentially leading to more efficient and secure financial systems. However, as you pointed out, quantum computing is still very much in the experimental phase. Building and maintaining stable qubits is incredibly challenging, as they are very sensitive to environmental noise. The technology is also extremely expensive, and programming quantum computers requires a different way of thinking compared to classical programming. While the long-term potential is immense, widespread adoption is likely still some way off.
That's a great overview, Mark. It sounds like quantum computing is a technology that holds incredible promise for the future, particularly in specialized fields, but it won't be replacing our laptops anytime soon. Let's turn our attention back to the near future. Looking at the next 5 to 10 years, what do you see as the most significant shifts or trends in technology that we should be aware of?
I believe we'll see a deepening of the three major trends we touched on earlier. Firstly, the ubiquitous integration of AI. We're already seeing AI in our smartphones, our smart speakers, and various online services. But in the coming years, I expect AI to become even more deeply embedded in the fabric of our daily lives. Think about truly autonomous vehicles that can navigate complex traffic situations without human intervention. Imagine AI-powered personal assistants that can not only respond to simple commands, but also proactively anticipate our needs and manage our schedules seamlessly. Consider AI systems that can analyze our health data to provide personalized medical advice and even assist in surgical procedures. AI will likely become an invisible yet indispensable part of almost every aspect of our lives, from our homes and workplaces to our transportation systems and healthcare facilities. Secondly, the continued growth and evolution of the decentralized internet, or Web3. While still in its early stages, Web3 has the potential to fundamentally reshape the internet as we know it. Built on technologies like blockchain, it aims to give users more control over their data, their online interactions, and the digital assets they own. We might see a proliferation of decentralized applications, dApps, that offer new ways to interact online, from social media platforms where users own their content to marketplaces where transactions are transparent and secure. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and decentralized finance, DeFi, are also likely to become more mainstream, offering new models for ownership and financial services. However, challenges related to scalability, regulation, and user experience will need to be addressed for Web3 to achieve its full potential. Thirdly, the increasing importance of sustainable technology. As awareness of climate change and environmental issues grows, there will be a greater demand for technologies that are environmentally friendly and contribute to a more sustainable future. This includes advancements in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and geothermal power, as well as more efficient energy storage solutions like advanced batteries. We'll also likely see the development of more sustainable manufacturing processes, the use of biodegradable materials in electronics, and innovative technologies for waste management and pollution control. Technology will be a critical tool in our efforts to mitigate climate change and build a more sustainable world.
Those are some really thought-provoking predictions, Mark. It paints a picture of a very different world in the next decade. For our listeners who might feel a bit overwhelmed by all these complex technologies, what's one specific trend that you think they should really focus on understanding in the near term?
For the everyday user, I would strongly recommend paying attention to the advancements in AI-driven personal assistance and the growing possibilities of augmented reality, AR. AI personal assistants are becoming increasingly sophisticated. They're moving beyond simple voice commands to understand context, learn our preferences, and proactively offer assistance. We'll likely see them become even more integrated into our homes, our cars, and our wearable devices, acting as intelligent companions that can help us manage our daily lives more efficiently. Augmented reality, which overlays digital information onto our real-world view, is also poised for significant growth. While it's currently used in some applications like games and filters on social media, its potential is much broader. Imagine being able to point your phone at a building and instantly see information about its history, or read reviews of the restaurant inside. Think about using AR glasses to get step-by-step instructions while you're cooking, or to visualize how new furniture would look in your home. AR has the potential to transform how we interact with information and the physical world around us, making it a trend that will likely have a tangible impact on many people's lives in the coming years.
Those are definitely two areas that seem very accessible and have the potential to change our daily routines quite significantly. Mark, this has been an incredibly insightful and thought-provoking discussion. Thank you so much for sharing your deep knowledge and perspectives with us today. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the key takeaways for our listeners. We've highlighted the rapid pace of innovation in technology, with generative AI and the potential of quantum computing leading the charge in terms of groundbreaking advancements. We've explored the major trends that are poised to shape the future, including the shift towards a decentralized internet, the growing focus on sustainable technological solutions, and the increasing automation of tasks across various industries. And we've delved into some future projections, suggesting that we will likely see a much deeper integration of AI into our everyday lives and the emergence of more decentralized and user-controlled online systems within the next 5 to 10 years. For all of you listening at home or on the go, we encourage you to continue to be curious about the world of technology. Keep learning about these exciting new developments and think critically about how they might impact your lives, your communities, and the world around you. Technology holds immense potential to improve our lives and solve some of humanity's biggest challenges. For all of you listening, we encourage you to continue to be curious about the world of technology. Keep learning about these exciting new developments and think critically about how they might impact your lives, your communities, and the world around you. Technology holds immense potential to improve our lives and solve some of humanity's biggest challenges.
I couldn't agree more, Sarah. And I would add that it's crucial for all of us to engage in these discussions and to think about the ethical implications of technology. It's not just about the innovation itself, but about how we choose to develop and use these tools in a way that benefits society as a whole and aligns with our values.
That's a perfect note to end on, Mark. Thank you again for your time and your valuable insights. That brings us to the end of today's episode of Tech Talk. Mark, it was an absolute pleasure having you with us. If you found this discussion engaging and informative, please consider subscribing so you never miss an episode. We would also be incredibly grateful if you could share this episode with your friends, family, or colleagues who might find it interesting. And if you have a moment, leaving us a review on your podcast platform can really help others discover our show. We'll be back next time with more in-depth discussions and expert insights into the ever-evolving and fascinating world of technology. Until then, keep exploring, stay curious, and as always, stay innovative.